into the space of work, separate to that, me wanting to be a light on this world, me wanting to represent Jesus on it, it motivates you. And like, what made you get into this space? Uh, I food. I'm joking. Don't be in the corner. Like these things are happening, but we want to be able to create programs that speak to your voices, speak to the issues that you guys are bringing up. That's really. But there's this guy sleeping with families, but in the soft security. Have you heard about anything? I actually have. Welcome, guests, community members, supporters, and lovers of the One Say family. We are pleased to have you. Today, you are tuned in for a very special episode called The House of Future. And today, we have no one greater than the great. I don't know about the great Carlota. Hi, it's me. I'm Carlota. I'm a medical doctor from UCT, and I'm a family medicine specialist. And I've been doing a little bit of work with the food disruptors at NIA. It's amazing to be here. I'm excited. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure, man. It's always a pleasure to have you here. We are in the process of restarting this podcast, and we thought, where do we start? And I will just reflecting on the youth now, I don't know if you guys have seen it before, but that's where I initially got to meet Carlota and just a wonderful wall of image. For some reason, I remember recording a video of you and you were just all over the place. And I was like, this is what we need. Energy, in your vibe. So once again, thank you for joining us. Thank you. Thanks. And I appreciate it so much for you taking the time. So in this podcast, we're gonna have a lot of discussions. We're gonna have a lot of thoughts. So you don't need to be nervous. If you are, it's completely fine. That's what the podcast is talk. So without any further ado, we're gonna go into the first segment. I don't you know what. I'm ready. I'm excited. I think there's going to be some myths that I'm going to be busting or fact checking. So the first segment we are about to do is called the Doctor Act. So we have a doctor, the youth activist and the community member essentially, and a lot of recreation activities. But we're gonna test that doctor skill, you know. I know that you want that title of doctor, but we're gonna need to test that out, you know. All right, I'm ready for the exam. So we have about 3 coins on here, and we're gonna give you we're gonna see what you react to that. So the first one is number one is sleeping with onions in socks cures sickness. Have you heard of? That's really. But there's this guy sleeping with onions, but in the socks cures sickness. Have you heard about anything? I actually have. I actually have. In my community service, there were a lot of patients that would come in with a lot of natural remedies and natural ways of curing illnesses. And onions was one of the things. They oftentimes put it in their socks. And the reality of it is that unfortunately it's a myth. He's a myth. Okay, there is a myth. People sleeping with onions in socks, you know. But I kind of get it. It came back like way long ago, before germ theory, before like the advent of medicine. They used to think that because you put the onions on your feet and by morning they turn black, that was essentially kind of absorbing illness from the body. That was the thought process, but really it's completely busted. It doesn't do anything. The skin is a barrier. There's no like illness that is going out by the feet. I would recommend rest, hydration, and if you're not getting any better, go to your doctor. Yeah. So any dirty people sleeping I think sucks. Please stop that immediately. We don't want to see it's not curing anything. It is hydration and sleep is the solution. Okay? Thank you for that follow up. Going on number two. Influencers says detox teas remove toxin and help rapid weight loss. Is rapid weight loss. Wow. Rapid maybe because you're losing a lot of water, you're losing potentially a lot of electrolytes. Rapid because a lot of the detox teas at times have specific things in it that we call laxatives. Some have senna-based laxatives and some have diuretics. A diuretic is a medicine that gets rid of water from the body. So when you step on the scale the next morning after you've had rampant diarrhea, it's because you've lost out on water and electrolytes. So unfortunately, so it's close to dehydration in some sense. It's more dehydration than fat, to be very honest. So it can be a risk, especially if you have heart conditions. You're losing electrolytes like your potassium, so then that results in heart issues. So I wouldn't recommend it. I'd say a balanced diet, exercise, rather follow that route and don't take the shortcuts. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So would you say you prefer normal tea over detox? Me, I like a rooibos. You like a rooibos? No much friends. I'm a coffee guy. I can't relate. I eat tea. Tea makes me feel like a whole person. After a cup of tea, I just want to sleep. Honestly, that's just. How many coffees do you have a day? You're gonna think I'm really unhealthy. No, just friends. I would say a cook like there's a lot of work to this. Okay, there's a lot of work to this. As a young person working with a lot, so like 4 cups. Damn! I would say milk. With milk. With milk, yeah, please. That's a chat for later, man. But people just chip on your heart all the time. Okay. Because I'm going too quick. So would you recommend 2, 3? I usually say about 2. 2 is a decent amount, yeah. In the day, the entire day, or the work day. Like the working out. This sounds like a more complex discussion. Yeah, I love tea, man. I love tea. Is it? Yeah. There's some caffeine also in making green tea and some other types of teas. But if the issue is staying awake, maybe try to get more hours of sleep in the day, in the night. 3 times that sleep. Anyway, apparently ice balls cure stress, anxiety, muscle pain, sadness, heart rate, and bad Wi-Fi. I believe that. Ice balls, though. Ice balls. Can you say that again? It cures what? Let's exclude the bad Wi-Fi. Apparently, ice balls cure stress, anxiety, muscle pain, sadness, heart rate. Sure, I don't know about right? I can say, okay, an ice bath. When you immerse yourself in that ice, you have kind of a rapid release of some specific hormones, like your adrenaline, as well as your noradrenaline, as well as your dopamine. So that can give you an initial, like, massive happy surge. And the other thing, it can really cure muscle aches as well. So after a tough, strenuous exercise, it can relieve that soreness. But in terms of curing heartache and other things, I don't think so. I think it's a bit of a myth. The myth. We're giving it too much. On the emotional side of things. Yeah, it might give you a bit of a happy surge, but that's short lived. It's not going to last longer than a few hours, to be honest. Once you're out of that bath, the issues remain. So, yeah. So you have to say the ice for half day with it was really stuff to life. Keep jumping up the ice. Keep jumping up. Okay. Okay. Yeah, but I definitely agree. When I've been to, I traveled recently to America and when I got wet. I've seen so many basketball players actually doing ice baths and it's crazy. I would really be able to do it, honestly. For those that can do it, big ups to you. Yeah. Keep on going. Mad respect, and apparently also helps with like an energy boost as well. So like really kudos to you if you're doing that. Yeah, definitely. So we have about 3 more videos. I think we can get into in the myths, but maybe Tamika, could you just show us some myself as well? I'm going to look at some of the other. We show it up in the chat as the guys can go. Must I go stand there? No. We can the people to be close to the camera back so we can go up there. Yeah, from technical difficulties to meet the light student. Just listen. For your life and replace it with the cold, black ash of regret. Oh no, man. Okay. What? Worry about everything. I'll flood your veins with cortisol until your immune system surrenders to the chaos. Oh, okay. Jeez. Forget water. Drink more coffee. More soda. Oh, I see. I should smoking. But smoking daily, it's not as bad as people think it is. Smoking daily in the long term. So let's take 10 years. Okay. What's your thoughts on? Now there's a real serious, real thing. Please. Smoking has so many dangers. I tell you, it has like over 8,000 toxins. It has over 700 carcinogens, which is the carcinogen is something that can lead to cancer. And then enough that even when I started like my first few days of med school, I came to my little sister, did a PowerPoint on smoking cessation. It affects your cardiac system. It can affect your body and give you cancers of multiple systems, cervix, bladder, lung cancer. I've seen patients that are not candidates for ICU as a result of the smoking that they've done for a lifelong time. You can have strokes, you can have heart attacks. Like it affects almost every organ system and it's damaging your body from the first smoke or cigarette that you do. And the thing is that the benefits of stopping can be seen as early as an hour after. Like within 30 minutes, your heart rate can drop. And already in a few months, you can have a a reduction in your heart attack risk. In a few years, a reduction in your risk for strokes. It has And in 10 years already, you've almost like halved your risk of getting a cancer. It's so damaging, and it's the number one leading cause of death in the world. And it's so hard to stop. And we think like vaping, oh, it's like whatever. But the issue is like the vaping, we haven't really studied the long term effects of it yet because it's such a new thing and it's a cool thing. You do it with like different colors, it's neon, it's different flavors. It's so fun. But like the effects have not been studied long term. And I'm just like urging you guys, like, think about what you're putting into your body. You don't see it now. It might be a peer pressure thing. You might feel cool. You might get that initial spike of the nicotine and feel great. But the long term effects, guys, we see the tail end of people dying in our facilities as a result of this. So, all jokes aside, we can take it into consideration. But thank you, Carlota, for that. That's mostly considered the information I'm done so much, and I'm gonna change my life. What? Right on my yes, yes. So good on my new fitness journey. Or for those of you who don't know Carlota, perhaps don't know about the background. Colorado already explained very in detail about what she does, but do we actually know? So maybe just give us more intro into who you are. What is your interest in the medical field, perhaps? Okay, yeah. So I'm Carlota. My mom is Cuban, my dad is Sintu. I grew up in Pumalanga, and I'm a medical doctor. So right now I'm specializing in family medicine. And yeah, before going into medicine, I really wanted to become an animator. My parents' passion was to become doctors, and I was like, no thanks. No thanks. I just want to draw. I just want to paint, and they were like, girlfriend. And I'm actually the first 2 years of medicine, I did not enjoy it at all. And then only in the third year, when we started actually having patient interactions, when I started learning people's stories, was when I was like, okay, I believe I'm meant to be here. I believe I'm called to be here, but I don't know what exactly. But then going into my internship years, where I was during internship, it was during the COVID pandemic, and every second person was just like passing away, and it was so traumatic. And I was like, why am I here? I'm burnt out. I feel like I'm not making a difference. I don't want to be doing medicine, and the same kind of trend continued in my community service. But I just felt a deep inkling that, like, man, God has called me to be here, and there's a purpose for why I'm here. And even though I don't fully know what it is right now, um, I'm called to be in the space of work, and hopefully my purpose becomes revealed slowly but surely. At that time, that's what I was thinking, and then yeah, then it became clear to me that there's such a need for preventative care. There's such a need for youth orientated programs. There's such a need for caring for people before the catastrophe. Yeah. Before, like, oftentimes we've seen patients when the heart attack has happened, when the suicide attempt has happened, when all of these things are at the tail end. But there's so much that could have happened long before. Yeah. Yes. Long before that. And even like how we'll intervene at the point of like the teenager's already pregnant, and it's like, what about what about family planning? What about discussions around saying no? What about discussions around like your identity and like who you are as a person? All of these things start early, and I want to be involved in those spaces. So I think beautiful. Yeah, I'm passionate about like youth engagement. I think I just want to touch on the point of this Spanish related program. So yeah. I'm with Carlota. Yeah. Like I said at the beginning now, and it was quite a big event. I believe there was about 200 something young people, and it's difficult to get young people in the space like that. Essentially, what made you so passionate about working with young people? Oh, what made me 100% sure of that? So, I think it's literally the same extension of what I've been saying, in that the future of South Africa is linked. We need to invest in our youth as much as we can. Not to say that the islands are homeless, the elderly are homeless. There's so much that can be done there. But I think youth health, youth employment, youth empowerment, these are avenues that we are neglecting for the future of our country. And I feel like I realize, especially in the medical space, when I was teaching fourth year students, sometimes I'll teach them on Monday on primary health care, and the fact that healthcare is not only the absence of disease, but it's mental, it's complete mind, body, and social well-being. So then I realized that while teaching the students, that they were passionate. They have a fire for wanting to change healthcare. They have a passion for making a difference. They want to contribute to society. They want to care for their patients, but then along the line, you're in a system that feels like, your seniors are exhausted, you're seeing a patient and other patients are like unfortunately complaining because they're at the receiving end of a public healthcare system that's broken. You are like staying till 8 p.m. at night, coming in at 6 a.m. the next day, and it feels like what you're doing is not enough. Yeah. So I was like, I want to somehow care for the clinician that I was when I was younger, entering medicine. Okay. So when I started teaching the students and seeing the difference it made, like just sharing that, like, even if you can't change the whole system, if you can at least have an impact in the one patient that you're seeing today, or two of the patients you're seeing today, oftentimes that is enough for now. And yeah, it just takes one. And each student impacts one, and they impact one. And it almost does like a little like umbrella, a little like a little effect. It's domino effect. We're all contributing to the system in our own individual ways, and we don't burn out, and we don't. It's like I've lost colleagues to burn out as well, and like Shane, and it all starts young, and we're neglecting the young. And I think being a mentor in the healthcare space, I really realized that the youth are so full of ideas and passion and creativity, and we can't blunt that. We need to somehow empower that, and yeah, and foster that. And maybe aside from the objective views of maybe you as a doctor and you as an executive, what motivates you then? Me. Friends. You motivates you. Oh my goodness! So I'm a Christ follower. I love God, and sure, I think because I'm called into the space of work, separate to that, me wanting to be a light on this world, me wanting to represent Jesus on earth, is what continues to motivate me daily. And I ask myself each time, like, am I really representing Jesus while on earth? Am I being a person that is embodying the fruits of love, of joy, of peace, of faithfulness, goodness, self control? Am I embodying these roots of the spirit of someone that is a Christ follower? Do people see God um, through me as a vessel? Not to say I'm God, no, please. Please, yeah, please, no. But am I representing Christ on? We live in a broken world, and I just want to represent Jesus on earth. I want to represent His holiness, His love for people, his desire to care, to love people as they are, where they're at. And yeah, that motivates me daily. And I really, I don't get it right every single day. I'm not perfect at all, but I am trying and surrendering every single day to God's guidance and yeah, God guiding me every day. So yeah, not perfect, but I try. If also for the young adults and the role models in our community that want to aspire, please let us know what this motivates you as well. It could help another young person in the space. So Carlota just sharing on her ambitions and her motivations take and following Christ and being a replication of Christ, a reflection of Christ on this world is what motivates us. So let us go. But you, Liam, you're such an encouraging dude. I know I always mention now. I know we're going off the script and everything, but I mean, Liam, you have such a passion for youth empowerment and youth engagement, and you have you have so many like ideas, and you're not afraid to enter a space, not knowing necessarily like what the prompt is, what the structure is, but you somehow like stand in spaces where there's like professors, doctors, all these higher people, and represent yourself chest out, with such incredible conviction. And I admire that. From the first day I met you, I admired that. And I'd love to know like what motivates you and like what made you get into this space. Uh, I food. I'm joking. No. What motivates me is that I wasn't the smartest in school, and I always wanted to study IT, and I matriculated in the year. I matriculated 2019, so 2020 we had a gap year. The one I was a part of the programs how the one says so we had this program called Wiser, which you can definitely recommend to the young people or the young kids between the ages of 6 and 12. Promotion. But yeah, I came from that program, and immediately when I matriculated, I came into the Y and I came to volunteer, and within 2 months, just volunteering, I got an opportunity to be a project coordinator or a youth worker at the time, and working in youth work, I sort of just developed this passion of developing other young people, and because I just followed that passion, I just escalate within my own. professional career. I had the opportunity to travel multiple times and work with young people and actually work with young people that gets to achieve their goals. Like I worked with. Yeah, I did so much young people, man. Shout out to the young people. If you all out there, just let us know your story. But that will motivate you, okay? So good. I worked with a lot of young people that got to achieve their goals and now they are excelling in the market with their own families. And to see a young person who come from despair to pure joy, that's what motivates me. Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah, and that's what I fight, honestly. That's what I fight. And young people feel marginalized. And when if I step into a room and I feel like the attack is on young people not doing enough, young people are doing a lot. They just don't go. So yeah, that's what motivates me. But then to keep it short, yeah, so good. Thank you so much, Carlota. We also be know young people and we have some user slang. Whoa, yeah. So we know you are a doctor and you diagnose people on the regular, but can you diagnose this user slang? And that's what it comes down to the Gen Z slang. So I'm gonna read out a few due to time. I'll just read out a few, and then you probably just give me a hint about what you think this is. I'll read about 10. I think it's more than 10. Thank you for the production team, all around for providing us with this quick script and so we can follow according. So we'll put the score over here. Carlota has to get 10 to officially win. Is it? What am I winning? 10. A YMCA class. That's what. We'll show you what a prize is on the next podcast. How about we'll ship it to her and she'll do a small video. Can you guys? Perfect. You need to get 10 out of 10. No, you need to get 8 out of 10. Can we go with the 8 out of 10? 8 out of 10. Gavin? 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. I'm an answer, guys, so get ready for some questions. Okay. You could choose it. Okay. Ooh. The first one says, if someone says that you were negative quarter, what what the negative quarter mean? Like you're a negative person, potentially. Like you're like it's kind of like negative order. If you think about that negative order. Like your vibe is negative, man. Like you're pessimistic. Ding 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 ding. What's up? The correct answer is giving off awkward vibes. Yeah. That's what you get those me. Sorry, mate. I didn't move. I'm good. Second one. If someone says you're cooked, what does that mean? Like he's cooked, she's cooked. Oh, like isn't it like you're done? Like doesn't you're not gonna succeed at this? Not necessarily done, but like you do around it, right? Yeah. If you mention that during the run, I'm cooked. Hey, I'm at my end, guys. I'm finished. I'm tired. Or like I'm exhausted. Oh, yes. Exhausted. Ding 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 ding. Overwhelmed or eaten up. So like so I know the basketball court they always say like it's a 1v1 how they cook this guy. So he's in trouble. Someone get my wheelchair in my brain. Yeah, what's happening here? I don't know. So no. Cooked. That's just the pause stage for cook. I'm like, okay. We have my this person has main character syndrome. Oh, like you're a narcissist, like you're an attention seeker. Oh, and you want to be the main person. Then definitely 3 out of 10 already. Acting overly self-important. Some people really start problems getting we need to get this trust. Call your nearest helpline. What do you nearest helpline? Brain rot. Brain rot. Brain. Like TikTok brain rot or what? Uh, like stuff that is not like actually helping your mind, just like time wasting, like your I don't know, like definitely not helping something that too much low quality internet content. Maybe yeah. So pray a lot. Okay. Do you pray a lot sometimes? Do you? I think I do sometimes. After a busy day, I'll just brain rot and then I'm like, I've learned nothing today. Yeah, like, oh, that's bad. I think you call it doom. Yes, that is the term. That is the term. Someone says mid. Oh, it's all. So, someone says average. Not impressive. Average, not impressive. Okay, it's actually saying average. Whoa, someone revoke the years of age I have. Take them down. I feel like washing them now. Yeah, okay. I think you got those ones. I think you didn't. Ooh. Good. Hit the others. Why I'm saying team, can you please get that bit give it so it's very simple. Should I send my passport? Yeah, please. A passport. Okay. So we have the isn't that like delusional? Delusional or something unrealistic, definitely thinking. I think that one was too easy. Okay, that one was too easy, but it's a 6 out of 10. You need to get 2 more, and then you give the gift. One, so turn to me. I look for a water. Clyde Tracy. What does it mean to Trace? Like you want to you want like street cred, like you want to be like fancy. I don't know how. Yes, to me things for attention slash popularity. Clutches. It's close to ding 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 seven. Boom! Yeah, disease. Oh, your mouth is always open. You're talking non-stop. It doesn't end. It doesn't end. That's big one goal. Oh, let me get the hardest. Get the hardest one, guys. It's easy. It's easy for you. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I'll go this one. I'll leave that. Delusion maxing. Delusion maxing. I didn't know. It's just simply like you're properly okay. No. Let me try to articulate delusion. Delusion maxing. So you have a fixed false belief. That's a delusion. A fixed false belief is something that's not real. Yeah. But you like are set in it. You don't want to move out of it. Like I don't know. Yeah. Okay. I'll accept that. I'll accept that because she explained it very well. Then fully embrace it and release. So definitely inspiration. We give it up to Carlota, guys. Yes, let's go! Saying the garlic. So thank you, Carlota, for that. We'll show you guys. Definitely, you should see my video. And just then we go into the last segment, maybe about 5 minutes. I know that you are a representative of the healthy futures. Yes. For those of you who don't know, Carlota, can you just perhaps give some context to healthy futures? 100%. So Healthy Futures is a UCT based project that's running 8 years, and they're now 3 years in. And essentially, the goals of Healthy Futures is it has like kind of three main big goals: youth employment, youth education, and youth health. So there's multiple projects that run under these various homes. So one of the things, for example, under youth education is that like on a weekend, when am I supposed to go into the projects? Sorry. Okay, I'm in the health home. Okay. But under youth education, for example, they're doing like there's 200 learners are getting extra math and science lessons, grade 11 and 12 learners. Yeah, in Athlone. So then various schools have been selected and they're getting extra math and science on a Saturday. Another extension of that is like the Year Beyond program, where students out of matric are able to apply to this 1 year long program and they're being equipped with skills in the weekdays to communicate better, to present themselves better, professionalism skills, and then they're also given opportunities to present like themselves in various clinics as well. And then I think there's a few other things like as part of like the entrepreneurship. I believe the birth is entrepreneurship. Yes. I've heard about it. Yes, so they're running like a 6-month program where they're training young individuals with amazing ideas, amazing business ideas, but don't have the resources necessarily to fix the idea a bit better, help them present better, and help them learn like what is entrepreneurship, what is entrepreneurship, what is what are the networking opportunities, and then they can present the idea at the end of 6 months after it's been tailored a little bit, and they have the chance of winning funding for their project, which is amazing as well. I think that's actually quite cool. It's quite cool. So there's multiple different opportunities in the education and entrepreneurship space, but within the health space, which is the part I'm mainly involved in, there's like specific projects. For example, the Rise Up Youth and Data that we were working with Liam with as well, with some of the people in the production team from here, where our goal was essentially to try sensitize the youth to various healthcare fields that are outside of medicine. Because oftentimes people think, medicine doctor. But I mean, like, there's so many other things. There's so much. There's so much. There's radiography. There's allied health sciences. There's like health promotion. There's EMS, emergency medical services. There's so many things you can do. There's health promotion. There's yes, there's youth promoters. There's so many other things that you could do. So then there was a health expo on like different healthcare fields that are available. And yeah, matriculants and students and other community members could come and ask questions, hear pamphlets, hear more. And then the afternoon segment was an amazing part that even like the core disruptors were part of facilitating as well. Well, that was on mental health. We identified that big issues in the community are around youth mental health and like teenage pregnancy as well. Awesome. Yeah. So then with the second segment was getting a mental health expert to speak to the youth about mental health coaching conversations. Yes, to have coaching conversations, but then also after that we divided the youth into groups, and amazing Liam and his team were facilitating discussions about like what are the barriers and facilitators towards for mental health care conditions, what kind of solutions are there, what makes reporting on mental health conditions difficult, and then the youth were encouraged to present their findings, and it was so amazing. They were so keen to share. So confident also. I remember myself being I remember myself being that way in the trip. So it was amazing to see how you guys created a safe space for them to feel comfortable sharing in that day. So well done to your team as well. Thank you so much. I think that's the power of collaboration, Like I'm from the YMCA, but I still offer my time to volunteer within the Youth Disruptors team, and so does the rest of the production team over here. But collaboration is very key, and I just want to say that also, just to end off, maybe you could recommend how young people could get involved in these projects. What could they do? What could young people do to get involved? So, I guess it would depend on where we're starting with young. For example, 18 to 35, there's the various programs that are available via Healthy Future. So I would recommend following the Healthy Future South Africa Instagram page and then seeing what programs are running at the time. There's like health promotions program running. There's like we said, the 6-month Bertha Center Business School program that's running. It depends what your needs are. For example, if you are in between the ages of 13 and 18 and you want to speak to a counselor, there's also going to the youth hub on Instagram, that page, and then there you can get free counseling, mental health care counseling available to adolescents. So it depends on like whether you are seeking the service or if it's that you just want to learn more about programs and applying for programs. If you have a business idea, I'd recommend maybe contacting the Bertha Center as well, and they will be able to assist you with more information. Maybe at the bottom I can put down an email link for somebody. I'm getting email for someone from Healthy Futures if you want to learn more or hear more about current programs available. But I would say just like in your communities, like don't be afraid to have the conversations. Speak about your health. Speak about family planning. Speak about bullying. Speak about peer pressure. Speak about like different natural remedies. Have the conversations. Don't be shy. Boost it out. Boost it out. Yeah, have the health conversations. And don't let it be in the corner. Like these things are happening, but we want to be able to create programs that speak to your voices, speak to the issues that you guys are bringing up. So let us know. And even in the comments, let us know. So, perfect, man. If you want to know more about what's available, definitely check out the YMCA page, check out our Futures page, me and Carlota, as well as YMCA, the Healthy Futures female in positive collaboration. I would say that the thought is not in some aspect is collaboration. But yeah, if you want to join that team as well, please be more than willing. And like, subscribe, follow. That's what I was about to say. Like, subscribe, follow. You want to know more about the YMCA and the wonderful work that we do and see more podcasts like this. We'll definitely lead you. So that in further ado, Carlota, once again, I thank you so much for joining me and sitting in one podcast, and you'll get your gift. Thank you for the way. So good. So goodbye, family. Bye. Yes.